About now. We good now? Appreciate you for telling me and not just let me sit here and talk and y'all can hear me. How y'all doing this morning, man? I'm Coach Jay. I coach bosses. And right now we talking about the fact that you could be doing have anything you desire. We good. Appreciate you, Jennifer. You could be doing have anything you desire. Your only limit in life is your own imagination. If you could think it, you can do it. If you can't think it, you can't do it. But if you could think it, if you can get an image in your head and start just seeing that image compete completely, start seeing that image repeatedly, you will start moving towards that image on accident. You ain't got to try to move towards that image. If you just keep paying attention to it, the emotions will show up, the energy will show up, the ideas will show up. You'll start moving towards this. Just like when you watch a funny movie, you don't got to try to laugh. If you put your attention on the movie, the body will respond with laughter. If you watch a love story, you ain't got to try to get butterflies. If you put your attention on the story, the emotions will follow the attention. You watch a scary movie, you ain't got to try to get scared. Put your attention on the movie, and the body will respond to what you pointed at. You got to quit pointing your body at what you don't want. Start pointing your body at what you would like to have. I want you to start doing this on purpose. I want you to stop pointing at your past. I want you to stop pointing at your hurt. I want you to stop pointing at your distrust. I want you to start pointing at your clarity. I want you to start pointing at your goal. Because when you don't got a goal, what you do is you accidentally align to what you don't want. When you don't got something in your life, when you're saying, I want this, I want that, and I want that, what you do is go, I don't like this, I don't. You sit and complain. I need you to get you some clear cut goals. Because the fact of the matter, listen to me. The fact of the matter is that you can be, do, and have anything you desire. And when I say anything, I mean anything. You got to start in here, though. It got to start in here. Before you can do it, you got to become it. Becoming happens in here. Before you can do entrepreneur, you got to become entrepreneur. Okay? Before you can do wealthy, you got to become wealthy. It starts as a thought. Look around. Look around. Everything around you started as a thought. This phone was a thought before it was a thing. My MacBook was a thought before it was a thing. This hat on my head was a thought before it was a thing. The words that you're hearing are thoughts in here before they come out of my mouth. It starts as a thought. The thought, the desire is the seed of what you want. If you got the desire, you already got what you want. That's the seed. Let's look at it like this. The manifestation is the oak tree. The desire is the acorn. The full-blown manifestation is the oak tree. The desire is the acorn. If you got the acorn, you got the oak tree. But if you're holding the acorn and you're looking at other people's oak trees, you're talking about, man, I wish I had an oak tree. Only reason she got that oak tree is because her daddy gave it to her. And if my daddy was rich and he had gave me an oak tree, I have one too. You holding the acorn, but you're complaining and talking about the fact that you don't got the oak tree. The desire is the acorn. The idea is the acorn. You got to plant the seed. You got to water the seed. And you water the seed with your focus. You water the seed with your attention. You water the seed with your energy. Where attention goes, energy flows. It's time to put your undivided attention on what you would like to have. It's time to put your undivided attention on what you would like to have. It's time to stop working on the problem and start building the solution. Let me say that again. It's time to stop working on the problem and put your undivided attention on the solution. You can be, do, and have anything you desire. You can be, do, and have anything that you desire. The only thing that can stop you is you. The economy can't stop you. A certain person being in the White House can't stop you. The weather can't stop you. A market being oversaturated can't stop you. The only thing that can stop you is your own conception of self. I'm going to let you in on something else. What other people think about you doesn't matter. What you think about, what they think about you matters, but what they think about you doesn't matter. You could be doing and have anything you desire, but you got to discipline your thinking. You have to discipline your mind. This is a non-negotiable in being successful. It is a non-negotiable to have any amount of success that you have to discipline your thinking. You got to realize your mind is not you. Your mind is a tool that you use, and you got to start using the tool on purpose. You got to stop just living out a pattern and doing this because it's what you always done. You got to start asking yourself, what do I want? What would I rather have? You got to get to the point where you can look at something you don't like, and instead of being hypnotized by the situation that you don't like, you ask yourself, what would I rather have? I don't like the way my partner treated me. Okay, what would I rather have? I'd rather be with somebody who is who feels like a teammate, somebody who breathes life into me, somebody who motivates me. I want to feel like I matter. I want to feel like I'm respected. I want to feel like what I got to say is just as important as what they got to. Get in the habit of getting descriptive about what you want, because what you do when you get descriptive about what you want is you start to paint the picture for your subconscious mind. I'm not just talking about mere positive thinking. Positive thinking don't work. Actually, stopping negative thinking is more important than starting positive thinking. If you can just sit at neutral, you'll mess around and be success, because that's how God wired you. I'm not saying that you shouldn't think positive. I'm saying that if you had to pick between cutting off negative thinking and doing the positive thinking, you'll get further just by cutting off the negative thinking. If you just can learn to hang out at neutral, if you just can learn to tell the negative self-talk to shut the hell up, if you just can get there, boy, you'll be surprised what you can do in the next 6 months of your life. Growth is a natural human phenomenon. I believe it was James Allen that said that in As a Man Thinketh. Growth is a natural human phenomenon. You are supposed to grow. You are supposed to become more. You're supposed to be better today than you was yesterday. And the very stuff that people getting hooked up on, that is the growth feedback. See, the thing about failure is really just data. We are the ones that put a negative connotation on the data, but failure is feedback. Failure is, okay, that didn't work. What could I have done different? Failure is saying I didn't get the result I wanted. Why? Not allowing it to send you in this emotional downward spiral. Failure is feedback. Failure is feedback. Take the feedback and keep moving. But what are you moving towards? This is why we spend so much time talking about clarity. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Coach Jay. I coach bosses. And I coach bosses through what I call the 5C method. And if you're here and you listening, pretty good chance is you a boss. Because people who don't speak boss, they don't tend to stick around in here. Because we speak boss around here. Okay, so if you're hanging out here, you a boss. Even if you haven't activated it yet, you a boss. It's in there. And the thing about bosses is we create. We don't follow patterns. We set goals and we start to lean toward. And it's not about perfection. It's just about progression. It don't got to be perfect. You just got to be moving towards it. You got to be willing to say, I'm willing to do the work to get 1% better every day. And 1% on the surface might not seem like a lot, but just imagine if you spent a year getting 1% better every day. That's a 365% increase. What does a 365% increase look like in your finances? What does a 365% increase look like in your relationships? Oh, come on, this is real. What does a 365% increase look like in your fitness journey? But that increase is going to require a goal and you thinking about it consistently. You're going to have to start thinking in terms of what you want rather in terms of what you don't want. What's going on? How you doing, Woo? You got to start thinking in terms of what you want. The reason most people aren't successful is because they're under the influence of what they don't want. They're taking action based on what they don't want. They're giving birth to ideas from the perspective of what they don't want to happen. That puts you in a situation where the only thing you can do is respond. By the time you do something, the outcome is already decided. You got to get you some clear goals so you can start responding from the point of view of what you would like to happen. You always on defense when you under the influence of what you don't want. You never get to shoot the ball until you get a goal. You never get to put points on the board until you set a goal. Without a goal, the only thing you can do is play defense. And I'm not saying defense not important, but I'm saying if you're never on offense, how do you put points on the board? You got to play both. And a goal gives you the power to do that. A goal gives you the power to know, okay, this is where I'm headed. I see the current state. I see what's going on. I'm going to defend where I'm at right here, but I also know that I'm headed that way. So I'm not just responding. I'm responding and moving towards what I want. You got to realize that, I love it. Not wanting to win, not wanting to lose is not the same thing as wanting to win. Sound like they the same thing. Very nuanced, different, very, very slight difference, but they're not the same thing. Not wanting to lose is not going to push you the same way that wanting to win is going to push you. Okay? Not wanting to be poor is not the same thing as wanting to be rich. Not wanting to be fat is not the same thing as wanting to be lean, wanting to be healthy, and wanting to be active. You got to get from under the influence of what you don't want. You don't even got access to your best ideas until you start having that conversation around what you would rather have. That's where the ideas are. That's where the energy is at. That's where the motivation is at. What you're going to find in what you don't want is procrastination, anxiety, and depression. That's what you're going to find under that rock of what you don't want. But once you start looking under that rock of what I would rather have, that's where you're going to find excitement. That's where you're going to find motivation. That's where you're going to find energy. That's where you're going to find the type of charisma where other people want to work with you, where other people want to pour into you. But as long as you keep looking under that rock of what you don't want and what you don't like and why you don't like it, and it's all you talk about. You go on the phone with your friends and talk about what you don't like. You go on the phone with your friends to talk about how your relationship not working, how your job not treating you right. What you're doing is getting further and further under the influence of this thing that you don't like. But man, if you could just get in the habit of going, you know what I would rather have, and then describe it vividly. Describe it vividly. Pour the details in. Describe it the same way you used to describe what you don't want. I want you to start describing this thing that you do want. And I'm telling you, you're going to start moving in that direction on accident. The same way when you watch a funny movie, you laugh on accident. The same way when you watch a sad movie, you get sad on accident. The same way when you watch an action movie, you get excited on accident. The same way when you watch a love story, you get butterflies on accident. If you could start watching a movie about what you want, if you could create this internal image about what you want, you're going to start moving towards it on accident. You're going to wake up with ideas. You're going to find yourself at 6 a.m. in the morning with the energy to do the things that you need to do. Because of the image I went to sleep holding in my mind last night, I already know that I'm going to the gym when I end this live. I knew last night when I went to bed that I was waking up at 6 a.m. Guess what? I woke up at 5:45 before my alarm even went off. Had me 10 or 15 minutes just to sit there, collect myself, feel good, get some gratitude stored. You got to get goals. Nobody is stopping you except for you. It takes, I ain't gonna say it takes no time because it does take time, but man, it don't take as much energy and time as you think it takes to get a goal. Put it on paper. If it's not on paper, it's not a goal. If it's not on paper, it's not a goal. It's not a dream. It's a dream. And I don't care what they told you. Dreams don't come true until they become goals. I need you to get clear about what you want. I need you to get clear about what you want. I need you to understand that you can have it, but you're going to have to take the time to think about it. You got to have it in here before you can have it out there. You got to be able to think it before you can do it. If you can't think it, you can't do it. But boy, if you could think it. Or if you could just think it, you will do it on accident. Man, if you just spend some time thinking about it. Man, if you just create the neural pathways in your brain. If you just make it familiar to your subconscious mind. The thing you got to understand about the subconscious mind works by familiar and unfamiliar. If it's familiar, it moves towards it. If it's unfamiliar, it moves away from it. You got to set you a goal and make that goal familiar. As that goal becomes familiar, you'll move towards it on accident. And the funny thing is, You can become familiar with it in your imagination. You might be thinking, well, Jay, I don't got access to it. I don't know nobody who does that. I don't got the money to do. You can start making it familiar in your imagination. You can start making it familiar in your imagination. Ah, that's not gonna work. Try it out. Prove me wrong. Don't take my word for nothing that I said in this live. Take it, test it, come back tomorrow and let me know how it worked. You ain't gotta believe me. Take it, test it, come back tomorrow. Well, I ain't tomorrow Saturday. Come back Monday, let me know how it worked. Now test it. Don't go half test and go it didn't work. Well, you you half did it. Take it, play with it for 24 hours and bring it back. And let me know what your experience was. You can be, do, and have anything that you desire. You, this version of you. Not some future version of you that's 20 pounds lighter or 50 pounds lighter. Not some future version of you when the children go to college. Not some future version of you when your divorce finalized. Not some future version of you when you finally in that new city. This version of you right here can decide to have that thing that you want and start moving towards it. This version of you. Hear me and hear me good. I'm going to say this over and over again because it's true. You right here can be, doing, have anything you desire. You, this version of you. If you can think it, you can do it. Now, if you can't think it, you can't do it. But if you can think it, you can do it. And let me tell you something. You can think it. Now, when it's a new thought, it's a new thought. It ain't got the energy. It ain't got the flow that it's gonna have if you just put in some time thinking about it. You got to get the law of momentum on your side. When you first start thinking about it, it might be this big. But if you just keep thinking about it, guess what's gonna happen? The thing gonna get this big. And if you just keep thinking about it, it's gonna grow. You just keep thinking about it, it's gonna grow. Well, Jay, how you know that work? Well, my background is in clinical hypnotherapy. I've helped hundreds of people quit smoking. I've helped hundreds of people lose weight, quit biting their nails, overcome anxiety, overcome depression, build new habits. I want to wake up every day and go to the gym. I want to move like this through the world. How do I do it? I get a clear picture of what they want and I program it into their subconscious mind. I get them focused on what they want rather than what they don't want. The body is a responsive machine. If the sun get too bright, you ain't got to try to squint. You gonna squint. If somebody say something you don't like, somebody say something you consider offensive, you ain't got to try to your body is going to respond to what you put in front of it. The reason most people don't have what they want is because they are pointing their body, they're pointing their focus at what they don't want. And where attention goes, energy flows. You need to get you a goal. You need to get you a goal and start focusing on it. You need to get you a goal and start focusing on it. So you're saying just by focusing on it, it's going to show up? Nope. I'm saying by focusing on it, ideas going to start to show up. And some of those ideas going to be so good and so excited that they going to energize you. Then you're going to find yourself taking inspired action, not forced action. Then it becomes, I get to go to the gym, not I got to go to the gym. When you got those good ideas and you got these concepts that you can't wait to share, you can't wait to build, it ain't, oh man, I got to get up at 6 a.m. and go live. No, I get to get up at 6 a.m. and go live. But without the idea, you don't get the energy. Without sitting with the idea, without picking up the excitement around it, the energy don't show up. Some people think they don't got confidence and they don't got charisma. No, what you don't got is clarity. What you don't got is momentum behind you. But if you sit down and start just thinking about something all the time, it's becoming familiar to your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind moves toward familiarity. It moves towards what's familiar. If failure is familiar, you ain't got to aim for it. You're going to hit it. If anxiousness is familiar, you ain't got to aim for it. It's familiar. The hypnotic rhythm sets in. You ain't got to find it. It'll find you. But the fact of the matter is, you can be, do, and have anything you desire. Anything. If you can think it, you can do it. You can't think it, you can't do it. But if you can think it, if you can discipline your mind, if you can lock your mind on it for periods of time. First time you get that idea, you might can only hold it for 3 or 4 seconds at a time. Keep holding it for those 3 or 4 seconds. Eventually, that's going to turn into about 7 seconds. Keep holding that thing in your mind. Eventually, you'll be able to hold that thought for a full minute. But the more energy you put into that thought, the more, where my words went, the more momentum you put into that thought, man, you'll wake up with ideas. You will wake up with ideas. You will wake up with aha moments. You get to the point where you'll probably have to keep a notepad by the bed because you just always getting ideas. But the desire is the seed of what you want. That's how I want you to start looking at your desires. I want you to start looking at your desires as acorns and the full-blown manifestation as an oak tree. This is what I want you to start doing. This is going to help you tremendously. I want you to start looking at the desire as the acorn and the full-blown physical manifestation as the oak tree. Now think about this, how crazy it would be if you had an acorn and you see somebody with an oak tree and you want an oak tree and you sitting there holding your acorn, but you're talking about it's not fair. They only got an oak tree because they daddy gave them that oak tree. And if your daddy gave you an oak tree, you'll have an oak tree too. And it's not fair. And they think they all that because they got their stupid oak tree, but they didn't even work for it. But you holding an acorn in your hand. What if you quit hating and go plant your acorn? What if you quit watching their oak tree and go plant your acorn? What if you quit worrying about stuff that ain't your business and go plant your acorn? Guess what? Eventually you're going to have an oak tree. But if you holding your acorn and complaining instead of planting your acorn, you ain't ever going to have an oak tree. If you talking about other people's oak tree instead of planting your acorn, you're not ever going to have your own oak tree. The desire is the seed. Plant the seed. Plant the seed. It was a time where I would have my clients walk around with acorns in their pockets. And I would tell them, hey, whenever you find yourself doubting yourself, I want you to pull the acorn out your pocket and just wrap your mind around the fact that it's an entire oak tree inside of it. You holding an oak tree in between your two fingers. Then put that acorn back in your pocket and carry on through your day. Put your chest out, put your shoulders back, put your head up, and walk through life knowing that it's an entire oak tree inside of that little ass acorn. And if God put that type of creativity, if God put that type of potential inside of an acorn, you don't think God laced you up with some potential? You don't think God laced you up with some creativity? You don't think God laced you up with the ability to expand? The idea is the seed. Plant the seed. Stop worrying about what other people doing with their harvest. Plant your seeds. Get clear about what you want. You could be, do, and have anything you desire. Anything. It's no limit to what you can have. Your only limit is your own thinking. I promise you, the only thing that you're limited by is your thinking. The only thing that you're limited by is your ability to control your imagination. If you can imagine it, you can do it. Well, that won't work for such and such. You're right, because you can't imagine it. You just showed me you can't. Well, what about this? That ain't going. You can't imagine it. So you that's exactly what. If you can't imagine it, you can't do it. But if you can imagine it, you can do it. I can remember one time I was live with one of my homeboys named Josh. And we were having this conversation, or one very similar anyway, because we couldn't have had this one, because this one is this one. But this guy say, so you telling me I can think my way into the NBA? You telling me if I just start thinking about going to the NBA, I'm going to go to the NBA? My homeboy Josh say, what do you think people in the NBA have been thinking about since they were probably 3 or 4? What do you think people in the NBA have been thinking about their whole life? What do you think they were thinking about in high school? What do you think they were thinking about in college? What do you think they were thinking about when they were playing AAU ball? What do you think they were thinking about? He go, oh, that makes sense. Yeah, now could you at 40 think your way into the NBA? Probably not, because it's people who got a 40-year head start on you. You late to the party. They done beat you to the punch. But if years ago, if you had fell in love with the thought of going to the NBA and you sat with it to the point that it fired up motivation in you and it fired up energy in you and it fired up desire in you, the type of desire to get you up at 5 a.m. to work out, the type of desire to make you say no to certain foods and yes to other foods, the type of desire to say, hey, me going to the gym is more important than me going to this party. Yes, you can indeed think your way into the NBA. Same way you can think your way into debt. Same way you can think your way into prosperity. Every problem is a thinking problem. Every problem is a thinking problem. I don't care what type of problem you got. I don't care if you got a marriage problem, think different. I don't care if you got a money problem, think different. I don't care if you got a weight problem, think different. I don't care if you got a I can't stay away from carbs problem, think different. I don't care if you got a budgeting problem, problems that you can't budget, your problems that you can't control your thinking around money. Your problem is not that you can't die. Your problem is you can't control your thinking around food. Your problem is not that you can't date and that the dating pool is broken. Your problem is you can't control your focus and you can't be disciplined in your thinking. You can't set clear-cut goals and wait until the things come around and meet a preset criteria. Every problem is a thinking problem. I don't care what they told you. Every problem is a thinking problem. And when you think different, you'll do different on accident. And when you do different, you will have different on accident. But people want to keep thinking the same way they've been thinking and think they're going to do different from this old way of thinking. No, your thoughts create your habits. Your thoughts give birth to your actions. So if you just change your thinking, you'll change your actions on accident. If you just change your thinking, you'll act different on accident. Think about it. When you thinking mad thoughts and you angry and you upset, it's very easy for you to run off at the mouth and put people back in their place and say rude things. Then when you start back thinking happy thoughts and you start feeling better, you go, oh man, I didn't even have to say, why did I say that? Now I got to apologize. What was I thinking? But when you thought was thinking angry and you felt angry, angry things flew out of your mouth. Your actions follow your thinking. You don't got to change your action. So you're saying I just could think about it and then it's going to happen? In a roundabout way, yes. But this is how it's going to happen. When you think different, you're going to get different ideas. When you think different, you under the influence of something different. So the old idea would have been a negative idea, but now that you think it different, you got an idea that's actually going to move you towards what you desire. Everything starts as a thought. TikTok was a thought before it was an app. The phone that you put it on was a thought before it was an app. The words that are coming out of my mouth were thoughts before they were words. Everything starts as a thought. What thoughts are you watering? What thoughts are you sitting with? What thoughts are you sitting with long enough for them to pick up momentum? Those are the thoughts that's going to start to manifest. Those are the thoughts that's going to give birth to your ideals. Those are the thoughts that's going to energize you. Those thoughts are going to unpack and develop themselves into your life because those are the ones that you hold. I really suggest you pick those thoughts on purpose. It's time to stop living like an accident. You are not an accident. You have purpose. You're here for a reason. And it's time for you to start living like it. It's time for you to start setting goals, thinking about them goals. Like, it's one thing to set a goal. I want you to set a goal and come back to it daily. I want you to set a goal and hold yourself accountable to it daily. I want you to set a goal and make it your business to move closer and closer and closer to it every day. If it takes 6 months, it takes 6 months. If it take a year, it take a year. If it take 5, it take 5. Your job is to keep moving towards it. Your job is to keep picking up the momentum. Your job is the real work is to keep the excitement going. Because if you just keep the excitement going, man, the energy will show up. If you can stay excited about it, the ideas will show up. Your job is to water the thoughts on purpose. Stop letting your mind wander to whatever it lands on. I want you to start being respectful with your time. I want you to start treating yourself like you matter. I want you to set some clear-cut goals. I want you to get some clarity in your life. I want you to calibrate to those goals because you could be, do, and have anything that you desire. Nothing can stop you except for you. Nothing can stop you except for you. What other people think about you don't even matter. What you think about, what they think about you alters you, but them just thinking it does nothing to you. Stop getting distracted by stuff that at the end of the day don't really matter. I need you to get clear goals and let those goals become your top priority. Let those goals take up most of your thinking time. Stop wasting so much time thinking about what you don't want. Start using that time to think about what you would like to have. Start building that image of, man, since I can be doing have anything I desire, I want to work for myself. I want to be my own boss. I want to inspire people all over the world. I want to do it in an energized way. I want to be me. I want to show up and have fun, but as I'm having fun, I want to add value to the world. That's what I want to do. Then now, if I start thinking about that all the time, what's going to happen is that it's going to start picking up momentum. I'm going to start getting ideas about how to make it happen. I'm going to start meeting people that can help me to make it happen. When I go in the bookstore, I'm going to start gravitating towards other books. When I get on YouTube, I'm going to start gravitating towards other types of videos. When I'm on TikTok, I'm gonna be swiping away from things that don't get me closer. And I'm gonna be watching, engaging, coming, and tapping the screen around things that do get me closer. It's going to begin to change my life from the inside out. You gotta understand that changing your life happens from the inside out, not the outside in. Changing your life is an inside job. Nobody out there can change your life. Now they might can say something that sparks a thought in here that causes it then to change from the inside out, but nobody can change your life for you. Nobody can come install abundance into your life. Nobody can come install love into your life except for you. So I need you to stop waiting, get clear about what it is that you want, and I need you to start thinking about it. I ain't even asked you to take no action. Are you willing to start thinking about it? Are you willing to start just holding that image in your mind? Are you willing to get clear on what it is? Because if you just start thinking about it, you'll start doing it on accident. If you just start thinking about it, you will start doing it on accident. Start thinking about a successful version of yourself. Start entertaining the idea, the stuff that you hear me saying. I could be doing have anything I desire. The only limit in my life is me. Nothing can stop me except for me, and I ain't stopping me. All gas, no brakes when it come to me. I can do it. If I could think it, I can do it. And I can think anything I choose to think. I'm a creator. I came here to create. Creators create, and I'm made in the image of an all-powerful creator. I create circumstances. I need you to start having that type of internal dialogue. I need you to convince yourself that that's true. I can't do it for you. I can't do it for you. I need you to take the time to convince yourself that you could be doing and have anything that you desire. And one of the fastest ways to convince yourself is repetition. Repetition and emotion. If you can get some repetition and emotion going around what you want, you'll be surprised how quickly you can recondition the subconscious mind. You'll be surprised how quickly you can rewire that internal program. A belief is just a thought that you've practiced thinking. That's all a belief is. It's a thought that you done gave a lot of airtime to. I need you to pick 2 or 3 things that you would like to believe about yourself. I need you to pick 2 or 3 things that would be beneficial for you to believe about yourself. I want you to start practicing that belief about yourself. I firmly believe that I could be doing and have anything I desire. I firmly believe if I could think it, I could do it. I firmly believe that if it's something I want, if it's something I truly desire, nothing can stop me. That's a belief that I have. That's a belief that I encourage you to install in your life. You could be, do, and have anything that you desire. You can be, do, and have anything that you desire. You can be, do, and have anything that you desire. Nothing can stop you except for you, and it's time for you to stop stopping you. It's time for you to get clear about your goals. It's time for you to get clear about what you want. It's time for you to stop thinking about what you don't want. You see it, you saw it, you know what's there. What would you rather have? And that's where the bulk of your focus got to go. You are done sitting there thinking about what you don't want, complaining about what you don't want, conversing about what you don't want. Done. Over with. Finito. Your new pattern is when you witness something you don't like, you say, what would I rather have? That's delicious. What would I rather have? Okay. Man, it's only 4 people here. Man, I want to roam with 100 people in there. I want people from all over the world in here. I want people asking questions. I want people interacting. I want people tapping the screen. I want people hitting the follow button. As I put my attention there, it don't matter that it's not happening yet. As I point my desire there, as I meet it there, as I get descriptive about it, it's going to change me energetically. Then the ideas to close the gap going to start to show up. The energy to close the gap is going to start to show up. I want you to get you a clear goal so that you can get calibrated to it. I'm Coach Jay. I coach bosses, and I teach bosses these things that we call the 5 C's. And I truly believe through the 5 C's you can overcome any challenge. First is clarity. That's why we talk about clarity so much. You can't get what you want until you know what you want. But once you know what you want, you're already halfway there. Get clear about what you want. After you get clear about what you want, you got to calibrate to it. You got to lock in with it. Most people are locked in with what they don't want. So they don't even got access to their best ideas because they holding on to their hands full of what they don't want. So they ain't even got a free hand to pick up what they would rather have. Get your clarity, figure out what you would rather have, calibrate to it, start thinking about it. Get confident in that calibration, get locked in that calibration. That's the foundation to success. I don't care what they told you. First step to success is getting clear about what the success is. Can't hit a target that don't exist. If you don't know what it is, how do you go get it? You can be standing next to it, but if you don't know what it is, how do you even know to reach for it? You could be, doing, have anything you desire. You right here. You could be, doing, have anything you desire. Anything. If you could think it, you could do it. Now, if you can't think it, tough. You can't do it. But if you could think it, if you could wrap that big head around it, if you could hold it in your mind, you could hold it in your hands. If you could hold it in your mind, you could hold it in your hands. You can't hold it in your mind, forget about it. But if you can't quit thinking about it, and you start thinking about it on purpose, and not thinking about the lack of it, not thinking about the absence of it, not thinking about the fact that it's not there yet, thinking about it, and oh man, when I get it, I'm gonna put it right over there. I'm gonna set it up like this, and already feeling the excitement from it. Check this out. If something that happened 10 years ago or 20 years ago can make you cry, right? If something that happened in your childhood can make you cry as an adult, you don't think it's a reasonable. You don't think it's reasonable that something that might happen in 6 months can motivate you right now? If something that happened 40 years ago can make you sad and ruin your day, you don't think something that might happen in a month can excite you right now? I say it all the time. If it work in that direction, it'll work in that direction. If you can use your imagination to create anxiety around a circumstance that's not physically happening right here, right now, you can use that same imagination to create inspiration, to create motivation, to get fired up about something that might happen a year from now. If it works in that direction, it'll work in that direction. You got to be disciplined enough to change direction. When people say things like, I don't got confidence, that's so funny. You don't got right now. It sounds like you confident in the fact you don't got confidence. Oh, you confident in something. Let's get you some clarity so we can get you confident in that. What you mean you don't got confidence? Faith work no matter what you pointed at. I want you to get out of the habit of pointing your faith at your failure. Point your faith at your success. Because faith like a loaded gun. It's going to shoot whatever you pointed at. I want you to point it at what you want to shoot. Stop pointing your faith at what you don't want to shoot. Stop believing in the stuff that's not getting you where you want to be and start believing in the stuff that's helping you to get there. A belief ain't nothing but a thought that you've practiced. That's all a belief is, a practice. Well, I believe this and I believe, okay, you've practiced that thought. I want you to start practicing some thoughts that's going to get you doing what you need to do so that you can have the things that you want to have. I need you to start practicing the thoughts that's going to force you to become the type of person you need to become, to do the type of things that you need to do, to have the type of things that you need to have. Because you can do it, but the prerequisite to doing it is thinking it. If you can't think it, you can't do it. But newsflash, you can think it. What's going on, Pointy? The good news is you can think it. Now, when you first start, you don't got the pathways there. It's a new thought. Start thinking it anyway. Keep thinking it. If you can only hold a thought for 10 seconds, hold it for 10 seconds. If you can only hold a thought for 2 seconds, hold it for 2 seconds. But after that 2 seconds, hold it for another 2 seconds. I'm having an amazing day. You could be, do, and have anything you desire. You could be, do, and have anything that you desire. Your only limit in life is you. You are your only limit. You looking at the only thing that can stop you. You so powerful, you so free that you can choose bondage. Brother, everything is possible with the good. Everything is possible with the good Lord, and you couldn't lead the Lord if you wanted to. The Lord is in you, flowing through you. He always with you. So if anything is possible with the Lord, anything is possible because you always got the Lord with you. He'll never take his hand off of you. He'll never take his eye off of you. So if that's all you needed to have, is you got that with you. Couldn't uninstall it if you wanted to. Ask the prodigal son. Couldn't get rid of it if you wanted to. He will not take his hand off of you. But I always just got to make this point. God can only do for you what he can do through you. He's not going to do it for you. God gave men dominion over the world. So don't make the mistake of sitting back and crossing your arms and waiting on God to do it for me. God going to do it for you in the form of an idea. God going to do it to you in the form of some energy. God going to give you everything you need to get it. But God said, man, I'm sending Jesus. I'm not going. I'm sending Moses. I'm not going. Now I'm going to give Moses the tools that he need. I'm going to give him this stick. I'm going to tell him to take his brother with him. But I'm not going. God not doing it. He's sending you. My boss fired me after I worked my ass off, and then God fought my battle and destroyed his business. Hey, hey. But guys, if you could think it, you could do it. I need you to start thinking in terms of what you want. I need you to realize everything that we teach, everything that we talk about, all of these principles, they work in both directions. So you might hear me say and go, hey, if I could think it, I could do it. Yeah, that's feel great. But guess what? If you could think anxiety, you could do anxiety. It work in both ways. If you could think depression, you could do depression. If you think procrastination, you're going to do procrastination. So if I could think it, I could do it. I need to start thinking confidence. If I think confidence, oh man, it's in my nature for my shoulders to go back, my chest to go out, and my head can go up. If I could think good thoughts, I can communicate good thoughts. So it's in my, if I just put my heads in the books, if I just start putting certain information inside of me, it's only natural that certain information is going to flow out. But I can't pour out what's not there. If I could think it, I could do it. What are you thinking about? I got all the pieces in place. I just got to have discipline and execute. So get the discipline, execute. If you could think discipline, you could do discipline. If you could think execution, you could do execution. But if you're thinking, I just got to go get the discipline, what you do is you vibrationally separate yourself from the discipline. I know it's nuanced, but shit, it's at the top. Can I coach you? So guys, if I could coach you, hang out. If I can't coach you, you might want to leave because I got a little coaching bug and I feel like coaching. I feel like unpacking. We within the last 89 days of this year, guys. We within the last 89 days of this year. And I know I'm talking to a group of people who not going to wait until January 1st to get started on their goal. I know the type of people that's attracted to these lies and the stuff we talk about here are the type of people who would love to have a 3-month head start on the competition. Are the type of people while everybody else starting to go to the gym on January 1st. I know we got the type of people here that's like, what if I can get a 3-month head start on? What if by January, I'm not the newbie at the gym, I'm one of the familiar faces at the gym. What if by January, I already got my Q1 plans full in motion? What if I start getting smart about right now, about what I was going to do with my tax return? Bro, tax return saved my life. 2013, I got my taxes and I used that tax to start a business for the first time ever. Usually I would get my taxes, buy a new TV, buy some clothes, yada, yada, yada. 2013, around this time of year, I say, man, you know what? In a few months, I'm probably going to get about $7,000. I made a plan for that $7,000. That $7,000 then multiplied over and over and over and over and over again. But it started as a thought. Just to bring it back to what we've been talking about. If you could think it, you could do it. If you can't think it, you can't do it. But if you could think it, you can do it. And that was the last time I got a refund. I've been paying taxes ever since. But it's okay, because that's a sign that it's a lot coming in. If you could think it, you can do it. You got to think it, though. You got to be willing to go there in thought. A lot of times we don't want to go there in thought until we see it out there. Let me tell you something. Everything out there was a thought before it was out there. TikTok was a thought before it was an app. This phone was a thought before it was a phone. This hat was a thought before it was a hat. The words that's coming out of my mouth were thoughts before they were words. You got to think it first. But you got to get clear about what it is. What do you want? What exactly do you want? What exactly do you want? If you could think it, you could do it. If you could think it, you could do it. Like for me and what I do, my conversation started as, I don't like this. I was in the military. I don't like being in the military. I can't wear what I want to wear. I can't do what I want to do. I don't like this, man. I can't live where I want to live. I got all these people. I'm smarter than him. Why is he telling me what? That's what it started as. But man, everything shifted when I say, what would I rather have? I say, well, shit, I want to be my own boss. I'm really into self-development. I'm really into NLP. I'm really into hypnosis. I'm really into goals. I'm really into entrepreneur. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to work for me. I want to live where I want to live. I want to do what I want to do. I want to grow my hair out. I want to grow my beard out. I want to be able to wear a nose ring. I want to be able to wear earrings. I want to be able to do what I want to do. Boy, everything changed when I started thinking in terms of what I want. What's going on, niche? Now, faith is believing what is unseen and have confidence in your abilities and worth and talents, for sure. And I'm going to tell you something. Faith requires clarity. You can't have clarity without faith. I mean, you can't have faith without clarity. Like faith is your belief that a certain outcome is achievable. If you don't know what that certain outcome is, how do you even begin to stir up faith? You ain't gotta chase it, man. Be still and know that I am God. Like, start thinking it and trust your thinking to connect the dots. Like right now, as I'm talking to you guys, I know the points that I want to make. I know where we headed, but I'm not sitting there chasing down the words. If I start chasing down the words, it's going the charisma is gonna diminish. The flow of the conversation is going to diminish. I know the point that I want to make, and I trust my subconscious mind to hand me the right words, to hand me the right metaphors, to help me create that point. I'm not sitting here consciously going, well, I'm gonna put this hand here, I'm gonna put this hand here, and I'm gonna go like this. No, I'm trusting that thing inside of me to move my hands, to move my mouth, to vibrate my vocal cords. I set the goal, and I trust that part inside of me to connect the dots. Like could you imagine trying to consciously run as fast as you can? Could you imagine that, trying to consciously run as fast as you can? Say, well, I'm gonna lift my left leg up and I'm gonna push it down as hard as I can. I'm gonna lift my right leg up and push it. Man, if you want to race the person who just decided to run as fast as they can, they finna blow you out. Imagine trying to consciously have sex. What's going on, Mika? Saying I'm gonna put my left hand here, I'm gonna put my right hand here, I'm gonna move. You're gonna be moving like a robot, and the person gonna be like, get off of me. Like, I don't want you consciously chasing your goals. What I want you doing is thinking in terms of what you do want. I want you to set a goal and start thinking about that goal, start filling your mind with that goal, and boy, you're gonna wake up with ideas. You'll be like, ooh, I never thought of that. And the idea's so good, it ain't nothing nobody gotta make you do. It's something you can't wait to do. You hungry for it. Yo, I saw this video the other day, and this dude was asking football players. He was like, are you hungry, or do you just want to eat? And they was looking at him crazy. They're like, what you mean? He like, because if you hungry, oh man, you're going to get it by any means necessary. You're going to eat whatever you can eat. You're going to eat whatever you can get your hands on. But if you just want to eat, yeah, you're like, yeah, I'll practice. Since you asked me to, yeah, I'll do it if you be hungry, man. Don't just want something to eat. Be hungry. Make a game out of it. Although if I throw you in the ocean, all you want to do is breathe. I know everything's similar. I don't think I've heard that exact variation of it, but yeah. What's up, big? What's up? Welcome to the live. But y'all, the fact of the matter is, if you could think it, you could do it. If you need help with thinking it, man, if you struggling with being able to think it, what I want you to do is I want you to download our 5C Clarity Plan. It's free of charge. It don't cost you nothing to get it. We look out for people around these parts. Thanks for the follow on Vegas. Let me show y'all this form right here. We're gonna be wrapping up here soon. All right, so if you go on the link on my bio, where my mouse at? There you go. You're gonna see this, get my 5C Clarity Blueprint for free and gain access to my inner circle. If you want to get in the inner circle and you want to get this Clarity Blueprint, put your name and your phone number right there. It's going to text you the Clarity Blueprint. Fill that Clarity Blueprint out. It's going to ask you some real good questions. It's going to help you get crystal clear on what you want. If you want to do the free 5C training, it's right there. You click that free 5C training. It's a video that's going to explain the 5 C's. What are the 5 C's? 5 C's are clarity, calibration, confidence, competence, and consistency. It's my success strategy. 5 C's is what I've used to build several businesses. 5 C's is what I use to coach high performers all over the world. You can get a free training on it right there. We got a mastermind that you can get in for $1. You see it right there. You can get in our mastermind for $1. And you can also apply for my 5C Growth Accelerator program. The 5C Growth Accelerator program is not for the light. It's for people who are serious about wanting to enhance their life. It's for people who are ready to have what they desire. If you're not ready yet, then don't click that button, because ain't nothing nice about 5C. Like, it's it's for people who are ready to be coached. It's for people who are ready to be pushed. It's for people who are ready to develop. It's for people who are ready to take things to another level. If that's not you, don't click that button. Because you're going to get what you want come hell or high water. You might not like me at times, but I don't care. You didn't hire me to like you. You hired me to help you get what you want. And we're going to do that. But man, anybody got any questions around anything we've talked about today? Do you work with people that's on a budget? Because right now, the way that we do on a budget is we do group trainings. So let me, like all of my one-on-one services, they are pretty extensive, but we got a lot of group things coming up. So set up a meeting with me. Let's talk, or fill out one of those forms. Look through that link tree, figure out what you want to do. Like the community, it's $1 to get in the community. We do a lot of coaching in the community. So that might be a good place to start, depending on how limited funds are. But I also got some group training. It start as cheap as $99, and we got some other stuff coming up as well, depending on what your goals is. What I don't want to do is recommend you stuff that have nothing to do with your goals. So if you fill out that clarity blueprint, what that'll help me to do is be able to see a clear picture of your goals. And I can recommend things that, because like I hate when people like, yo, you need my 5C collective course. Like that, I don't even know your problem yet. You might not, I might don't got nothing that can help you. I don't know until I know what you aiming for. You might want to do something that I know nothing about. So I need to know what your goals are, and then I can make recommendations about which one of our programs will be the best for you. What's going on, RJ? How you doing, man? Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. So guys, I think I started going live Monday of this week. So I think this will be our 5th consecutive day. We're starting to pick up momentum, and I love it. I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see what this look like in 30 days. After just keeping up the momentum and keeping things going. If you guys haven't hit the follow button, I need you to do that. And as we keep waking up and doing these lives, I need you guys to help me influence TikTok. And the way that we gonna influence TikTok is by you guys tapping the screen, by you guys sharing the live. There's other people out here who need this information, and I'm counting on you guys to help me pick up the algorithm and get them in here. Be consistent and uploading content. Yep, I mean, there's other things around the way. You still gotta get a goal. Because consistency is the final C. Like consistency is the last C in the 5C method. So we got 4 C's before consistency: clarity, calibration, confidence, competence, and then consistency. So first you got to get clear about what you want. What do you want to achieve with this content? Who is this content for? What action do you want them to take based on this content? Like, we got to fill in all of that stuff, because it's going to be hard to stay consistent when you don't got this real vivid picture around why you're doing it. It's easy for me to stay consistent with what I do because I know why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I want my kids to see their father doing entrepreneurship. I want my kids to see me being my own boss and not struggling, making a great living being my own boss. I want my younger siblings to see me doing it. I want my little cousins to see me doing it. I want other people to go, man, that little dude from the projects with no daddy grew up and did all that. If he could do it, I can do it. I want to do what I want to do. I want to wear what I want to wear. I want to go where I want to go. I want to say what I want to say. I want to live where I want to live. I want to be able to be anywhere in the world, but as long as I got my iPad with me, I could clock in and make money. I want to motivate people. I want to breathe life into, like, I know why I'm doing it. So it's easy most times. I ain't saying I don't ever not feel like doing it, but when I got my clarity, my calibration, and my confidence, it's very easy to keep things going. Doing it because I want people to laugh, forget about the mental health issues, and inspire others. I want you to put some emotional. I want you to really stir it up. Like, listen, when I end this live, I'm finna get ready to go to the gym, and I don't go to the gym because I like going to the gym. I go to the gym because I want to look good naked. I go to the gym because I want to be at I want to be at the beach with my shirt off. I go to the gym because I want extra stamina when I'm doing adult activities. I go to the gym because I like being able to beat my son in a race. The older the older daddy get, the stronger he gets. I go, like, you see the type of, you see where the momentum is coming? The momentum is coming from where I want good blood pressure. I want my A1. Like, no, I go to the gym because, like, why do you really want it? So I just don't have a phone right now. I can only do Zoom and Google. So yeah, like you gonna start thinking in terms around putting the emphasis on what you do got. I got Zoom, I got Google Discord meetings, so I know this gonna work for me. Like, I'm already en route. It was a time where I didn't even have Zoom, and I got that now. Shit, I got a laptop. I'm already en route. You want to pick up the momentum around what's working, not what's not working. Because if you put the momentum on what's not working, procrastination, anxiety, you get stuck. But if you put the procrastination around what's working, oh man, where attention goes, energy flows. So I got Zoom, I got Google Discord, I can meet, I got this. I got a way to connect to the world. Start making content. But like I say, you want to get clarity about what it is that you want. And fill out that form. If you go all the way to the bottom of the form I just was showing you, it's one to say apply for 5C. Fill that form out. I don't know if 5C gonna be a fit, but it's just some questions that thing is gonna ask you that'll help me get a clearer picture around where you headed. And I just had another idea. Something that I'm gonna be doing is, our people who come all the time, we finna have what's called the inner circle. I'm gonna set up a free website where they got access to all of the TikTok live replays. Chat with me, we'll be able to chat. And like I say, worst case, get in the community. I'm live in our community all the time, and we do those actually on Zoom. So you don't even gotta type. You on the screen talking. We do Q&A at least once a week. So get in the Dreams in Action community. Come tap in with us. Oh, and you talking about making content, man. We got a TikTok challenge coming up October 4th. The TikTok challenge is a 2-week long challenge. It's $44 for each week, so $88 in total. I would recommend you be there, and we're going to be talking about how to monetize TikTok, how to grow a following on TikTok. I'll be teaching it with my business partner, and it's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be phenomenal. Guys, look, I love y'all. Ain't a damn thing y'all can do about it. I got a busy Friday, so I got to go ahead and get to the gym so I can continue to unbig my back mission. I might see y'all later today, just depending on how my day flows, if I get a free moment here or there. But right now, I gotta get to the gym where I ain't gonna have time to work out. When it comes to gaming content, for sure, man. For sure, let's build it. Talk about y'all with you. All right, so hey, y'all take it easy. Go to the link in my bio. Fill out the stuff that you need to fill out. If you need clarity, you want to get that 5C clarity blueprint. You're interested in joining my inner circle, you need to fill out that thing at the top. You're interested in getting in the 5C growth accelerator, you need to apply. The mastermind is $1. Ain't no reason not to be in the mastermind. Bruh, got to. Yo. But yo, love y'all. Ain't a damn thing you can do about it. I will definitely see y'all Monday, 6 a.m., possibly before then. Central Standard Time.